What's up, everyone? Back again with another video. Now today, again, we're going to talk about sports. And also, again, we're going to talk about Shannon Sharpe. Shay Sharpe. So, here we go. And I really want to know what y'all think on this one, y'all, because there's a lot we can take from this current situation that just transpired regarding Shannon Sharpe. Now, if you not up on it, let me put you up to speed. Well, former NFL star, Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe just recently got fired from ESPN. And this is largely due to him settling a case regarding a young female. So after that, ESPN let him go. Now keep in mind, his job at ESPN, he was an analyst, a host on First Take. And he also had two podcasts. One where he would interview other people, Club Shay. And then he had another one where he co-hosted along with another NFL player, former NFL player, Chad Ochocinco, Nightcap. So this is what's been going on. He recently just got fired from ESPN, and now there's talk that his co-host Chad Ochocinco is vying for his former position at ESPN. I really want to know what y'all think about that. Because there's already been talk, whispers of betrayal, backstabbing, and all that. And at face value, it do look kind of shysty. Now, keep in mind, all the details of the facts hasn't really been laid out, in my opinion. Is it the case that Ochocinco called Shay Sharpe like, hey man, is it alright if I... And Shay like, alright, kind of like gave him his blessing, like, man, I ain't tripping, man, you know, do what you gotta do. Or is it a case to where Shannon Sharpe just happened to wake up one morning and all of a sudden he hearing that Ochocinco is interviewing for your spot, man? So what do y'all think? Because hey, it could be, it's nothing personal, just business. You know how this game go. But let's think about this, because certain things will make the difference, especially if there was communication involved. And Shay Sharpe reluctantly gave him his blessing, although he probably feeling some type of way, but he like, hey man, do your thing, man. Get your money, man. More power to you. Now then, that's one thing. But if he just went and just did it without contacting Shannon Sharpe, then that's kind of, it's a little shiesty, it's a little foul, you know. And that probably would also mean there's be no more Nightcap. You know, it really all depends. And that's a valuable lesson you can learn, that you should learn in life, to the degree that, hey man, you have no friends, people right next to you see every day. You may feeling they got your best interest, and they may do to an extent, but the minute you turn your head, they gonna pull a fast one over you. Who knows? Because Ochocinco, you may think, you know, Ochocinco could have been sitting there the whole time acting like he ain't even tripping on that. And the minute he went for it. So it speaks of, I don't want to say envy, but all those come to the forefront, because it's like, this dude was right next to you. Now, I ain't saying y'all was best buds. Y'all had a podcast together. So obviously y'all had some type of understanding, some type of relationship, some type of respect, a healthy, you know what I'm saying? And they let you go, and Now you trying to get the same spot. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm not going to say he already got it yet, but I think he was already scheduled to feature on there already. So now all of a sudden there's talk that he trying to get that seat at First Take that Shay had, I guess, along with Stephen A. or whatever. And that's, I don't know, because now there's also talk, I've seen a lot of stuff on the feed about Stephen A. First he kind of threw Shannon Sharpe under the bus or turned his back on him, and then he tried to walk back on it. So I don't know. What y'all think? Again, let me know. You know, this reeks of envy, and I don't want to say jealousy, because it's not like, I don't think Ochocinco was planning the whole time to backdoor Shay Sharpe somehow. It was just an opportunity and he took it. And he didn't give a damn. It seemed like, hey man, I gotta do what I gotta do for me. You know, nothing personal, just business. But at the same time, I don't know, man. Because some people would say, well, hey man, Ochocinco, man, he don't owe him nothing, man. You know, it's a cold world. He gotta get it the way he gotta get it, regardless. Because a lot of people think like that. And it's, see, again, if in fact he communicated with Shay Sharpe and asked him how he feel, whether he was going to do it or not, regardless, then okay. Even if Shay Sharpe reluctantly, you know, gave him his blessings, and at the same time he thinking like, oh, you sold, nigga, you want to get my old spot now, you know. But that's how it is, and this should let you know, man, it's the type of world you live in. And not even necessarily that, but just the people, a lot of the people, as far as life and envy. Again, people you don't even know, or people you know not even thinking the way they brain working as far as how they looking at you, and they want your spot. And you ain't even thinking like that. And this guy is right next to y'all doing the show. And it's funny because, and I mentioned now, let's say again, if he communicated with him. So now, all of a sudden, I guess during the day, Ocho gonna be doing First Take, and then at night he gonna be doing a nightcap with him. Just kind of like a reverse, a switch. Yeah, it's you know, I know Shay Sharpe feeling some type of way. And then at the same time, look at it like this. ESPN, that's a cold move. But it's not like they purposely, I don't know, they purposely sought out Chad Ochocinco, because let's keep in mind, he was already scheduled to feature on First Take, I believe, already. Just as a featured guest or whatever. But now I guess since there's no more Shannon Sharpe, he's like, hey man, I might as well stick around then, as opposed to feature. So it's that, or I don't know if there's, and I'm sure there may be other different football players, you know, got their hand raised for that spot. But since Chad raised his hand and you that close to Shay Sharpe as far as that show, that's definitely gonna pop up like, oh, he going for that spot too in ESPN. Oh, that's what we gonna give it to. Just to shake stuff up. And, you know, it's all about views and ratings. Well, you know, that might drive a wedge between them, and then that nightcap is over with. So now Shay Sharpe, you just got the Club Shay podcast or whatever. And you just rock with that. Or, you know, start another one with somebody or whatever. So all that comes into play. All that is on the table of thought and possibilities when it comes to this current situation that just happened between them. And more importantly, I just kind of want people to understand life and people, man. You got no friends, especially when it come out there in the world and survival. Even though you rocking with blood on a play or whatever, Who's to say if soon as you turn your head, he push you off the cliff? And I don't want to, instigate or promote mistrust or not to trust people, because there are quality people who you can trust. But you just gotta be real. You gotta really discern and really understand the situation that you in the dynamic, even how you even met that person, or what y'all got in common, or what. So all that gives you something to think about. That's what I think about when I see this move. Because again, keep in mind, that's a whole lot of money. I believe from the talks it was 100 mil or something like that. Hell yeah, Ochocinco want that. Everybody want that. And yeah, man, you my partner and everything, man. And are we cool? We got the show, but I got to get that. So that could have been a conversation. As long as he had that conversation, I feel just because he should owe him that. Just hey, man, how you feel about that, man? Now, if he didn't do that, then that's kind of snakish. Because you didn't tell me that. That says a lot. Now, some people would think, oh, it's just that situation. Oh, no. That says a lot. If you do me like that, with that, you can do me like that in any situation. How you just coldly just basically shook. Not even let me know the house burning, or Taz coming through the door, or shooters coming. You just left. Say you got to use a bathroom and jumped out the window knowing they coming. Didn't warn nobody or nothing. See, that's all that type of stuff, man. So you just, it makes you look at, if you haven't already, it makes you look at people a little different. Then again, I don't want you to be pointing the finger at everybody, people close to you, but keep in mind, man, use your brain, man, and understand the situation and dynamic. That way, you won't be disappointed or you won't be surprised. And that's what I suggest when it comes to this. Now, at first I wasn't even going to make a video about this, but because I just made a Shannon Sharpe video. Not that matter. If I deem y'all need to hear it or voice my opinion or whatever reason, I'll make a video about a topic or whatever every day if need be, if I feel need be. But because this deals with relationships and people, something that we all deal with, moves like this, you got to look at and you got to think about. So, and you got people like that. I'm sure some of you watching this video, you take that in stride. Do you think Ochocinco Shannon Sharpe something? Do you think you owe him at least a phone call? Like, hey, man, how you feel about this? Even though I'm about to make the move anyway, but just letting you know, man. Or do it matter? Y'all let me know what y'all think about that, man. But yeah, man, just something for y'all to think about, man, when it comes to human relationships and people, man. And hey, man, what's the saying? Just because people get behind you don't mean they got your back. And all that type of talk, and beware those, whatever. This rings of all that. And it's another book, a book called Atlas Shrugged. For some reason, it just reminds me of that, because that's how life, the world will keep moving. Don't nobody give a damn. They gonna keep pushing, So you think about that in many ways, especially depending on how you moving out here. But I'm out though, man. Bad News Brown, breaking it down. Y'all go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe.